Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn and Leo love reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. Then it was not meant for you. It was meant for someone else. All right, so we're going to get some romance angels to go down the middle between the two of you. I have a deck for this side and a deck for this side. So for whatever side you feel resonates with you, right, to pick that side. I don't like saying one side or other. Sometimes I feel a stronger energy towards like what sign I may feel that is, but that doesn't, if that doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. Or this could be one big reading for you, however it resonates with you. All right, so let's get some romance angels for Leo and Capricorn and see what's going on with the two of you. We have passion, right? Definitely with Leo there, that passion, that chemistry. We have forgiving and learning. We have trust, and I'm kind of feeling one more, romantic feelings. So I feel that there is a strong connection between the two of you, but there is something that the two of you need to work on. It says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present. So this could have to do with either one or both of you having things from past relationships that you have to heal from, right? That you have to make sure that you don't bring that energy into this relationship. Or it could be that maybe something happened between the two of you that you need to make sure that you don't carry that with you. Like you process it, you work through it, you let go of it, and you move on. I feel like there is definitely this passion, romantic feelings, this connection between the two of you. And we also have trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith, believing in this relationship. If you don't believe in this relationship and you're thinking about a breakup, or you're thinking about when you break up, or you're thinking that, okay, this person's going to cheat on me, this person's going to this person's going to that, if that's what you're thinking, then that's what you're going to make happen, right? You have to trust in this relationship that it's going to have passion, that it's going to work, that you're going to work through things, that this relationship is going to last. That is that energy that you have to put in this relationship, right? You have to be cognizant of that energy. What are you putting in this relationship? Are you putting those negative feelings in? Are you saying, oh, so-and-so is going to cheat on me, they're going to do this, or like, no. Catch yourself, be aware of yourself, think about those things, right? You have to look at your own actions, that energy that you're putting in there. Because sometimes people are like, oh, this is going to happen, this negative thing is going to happen, and they keep focusing on that energy. And you know what? You just made that happen because that's what you're focusing on. Because you weren't focusing on the positive. And I feel like sometimes people aren't really aware of that energy that they're putting in the relationship. All right, Seven of Pentacles. Being aware of what is that energy that you're putting in the relationship, right? What are you putting in there? Are you worrying about things? Are you worrying about this other person having these negative feelings and these thoughts like, yeah, this person's going to cheat, or I know this person's going to this or that, right? Are you doing that? Time for you to let that go, right? Because this is present energy that you're thinking, that you're going on, that you're stopping, like you're looking back and you're saying, hey, this person, right? Catch yourself. Are you worrying about things that you don't need to worry about? Are you putting that energy in this relationship that you don't need to put in there? Future energies, we have the Ten of Wands, letting that go. Five of Wands, going back and forth with something, but realizing that Eight of Pentacles, you've got to change this up. You've got to change your own perspective of what it is that you have in this relationship, of that energy that you're putting back in there. Sometimes it's hard for us to change our thinking patterns because we're so used to being like going to the negative, like that's so easy. It's almost like fast food, right? It's easier just to eat that junk food or that fast food rather than shopping for those ingredients and making the meal ourselves, right? And because it's like, then I got to go grocery shopping, I got to get all these ingredients, and then I got to prepare these ingredients, then I got to cook these ingredients, and I got to wait for it to cook, and then I've got to clean everything up. But that meal is so good, that home cooking is so good, right? And you're like, wow, I'm so glad I put all of that energy and that effort into it because this meal was amazing. But it's a lot easier for us to say, hey, let's just go through the drive-through and let's go pick up that fast food, because you could just get there and you have that fast food, it's over, it's done, there's no mess, no fuss. But then it's like, oh boy, that's not sitting right? I got a stomach ache, I'm not feeling good, I'm feeling heavy, I'm feeling greasy, I'm feeling sugary, I'm just like, that really wasn't that good feeling. Yeah, it was a quick answer, but it was that kind of that go-to, but it was like, it wasn't really satisfying. And same with this thinking that's going on here, right? It's so easy just to go to the negative and just have those things, rather than taking that step back, looking at those things, those energies that we're putting in, and how are we facing things, and working through the relationship, right? And working through things, having that different perspective within this relationship, right? Time for change, to look at relationships different. And I feel like there's this connection between the two of you, that this person makes this person over here think, you know what? This person's thinking, am I putting this Nine of Swords into my relationships and I don't really need to? Kind of, let me think about that. And then 10 of Wands, tens or completions, releasing those burdens and saying, you know what, I don't want to do that anymore, right? And it can be that time, right? The 5 of Wands, I feel like it's that 5 of Wands. It's almost like that inner battle of, was I doing that? Is that the energy I was putting in there? And, do I need to change my own actions? Right? Am I letting something from my past affect me, right? Am I in this Nine of Swords that's affecting my relationship? And I feel like this Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, he's taking a closer look at this Pentacles, and he's really looking at those details about what's going on, and I feel like that's you. And Eight of Pentacles is also like a new way of doing things. And I feel like this person really has an aha moment, right? And this person starts to get into that trusting that this situation is calling for you to have faith and to turn things around. All right, we have the 5 of Cups. We have the 4 of Swords. We have the 3 of Cups for current energies. For future energies, we have 10 of Swords. So this person has 10 of Swords. This person has 10 of Wands. We have the Sun card. We have the 2 of Swords. And we have the Devil card. I'm feeling like one more for some reason. And then we have the Magician. I don't know. Can you see those cards? Yeah, you can. Magician. Making it happen. Making things happen, right? So for this side over here, my first thought when I was doing these cards is that this side over here is hurt because of what this side over here is doing. Because this side is putting that negative energy. And people can pick up your energies. Sometimes you don't even need to say anything, and you can know what that other person is thinking or feeling. Like, you can feel their energy, right? You can feel if they're irritated, or they're putting negative energy in, or if they're thinking negatively, or they're just in a bad mood, or you can feel those things. It goes around you. And I feel like this side is picking up from this side, because this side is putting that negative energy, and this side is hurt. They're like, why is this happening? I want to work on this relationship, because they've got this 2 of Cups here. And I feel like this side kind of is like, let me take a rest, let me think about it, because I want to get myself back into this happy place. And then this side for future energies is 10 of Swords, tens or completions, and the sun is shining through this. I feel like the two of you are going to be able to work this out. We have the Sun card, and then we have the 2 of Swords is making that decision. I feel like this side may even think about walking away from this relationship, but then they kind of take that time and they think about it, right? 2 of Swords is about finding out all of the information before you make a decision about something. It's like not jumping to conclusions. You may be feeling something, but you're like, I'm gonna look at all sides before I make that decision on what it is that I want to do. Because I feel like Capricorn card can also represent a strong physical connection between the two people, and I feel like that goes back to passion. Is that I feel like this person does feel a connection with this person, but they're still kind of wondering like what's going on with over here, right? This side may have some forgiving and learning that they have to do towards this side, because it's like, well, why? I feel like you're putting these walls up between us, right? And working through those things. I feel like this side definitely wants to work through things with the Magician, taking things into your own hands, figuring things out. And that's what a relationship is about, whether it's a friendship, any type of relationship. It's like, okay, we're going through a tough time, but how are we going to figure this out? It's like wanting to work on that solution rather than just walking away. Sometimes people just want to give up and say, oh, I'm going to erase that page, right? I'm going to erase that relationship and I'm going to start over again. But then it's like it gets to a certain point and you're like, oh boy, I'm going through the same thing again. If you haven't learned from that situation, if you haven't grown, if you haven't looked at things, like you're going to get yourself into the same situation, but it's just going to be with a different person, right? If it's those relationship patterns that you're repeating, it's something that you have to look at and that you have to change within yourself and what's going on. Otherwise, it's just going to be the same old story, right? The same old merry-go-round until you can figure out how you can get off it. All right, how you can figure out how you can get off of that merry-go-round. That emperor is that knowledge, that learning, that growing, right? Figuring things out, realizing things, and taking those steps to make those changes, right? Not accepting less than. Ace of Cups, love it. New relationship, new feeling, reconnection. Kind of this side is realizing, you know what? I am realizing that I'm putting this Nine of Swords into this relationship and that I'm ready for change, right? I'm ready to change things up, right? Moving forward, I want the sunshine. I want positive. I want to have this 10 of Wands where I'm not carrying that around with me. It could take some time because you keep going back and forth because this is something that doesn't happen overnight. It's sort of a process that you have to go through, right? Two of Swords, you both have the Two of Swords, making those decisions, kind of seeing through the veil, right? Seeing those things, not only that the other person, going on with the other person, maybe it is this side realizes, hey, I'm seeing that this other side over here is putting those walls up and they're getting frustrated and I better do something to make sure that this doesn't happen, right? But also looking at those things, those energies that you're putting in there. Look at that. You got two wheels for this side. This side wants this. There's big change happening over this side, right? There's big change happening over this side. This side, I feel like the cards want change for this side. We have the Six of Pentacles. I feel like this side wants to communicate with that side and say, hey, what's going on here? I want to work on this relationship. I want this to feel more balanced. I feel like you're putting walls up in between us. What can we do to get past this? Love that. Ace of Swords. Aces are new beginnings. What can we do to get past this? This side, I feel, definitely wants to work on this relationship and get through this and get past this, right? 10 of Swords, ready to get past it, ready to move on. 8 of Swords, I feel like this side was kind of holding themselves back, right? But now they're ready to have the sun burst through, right? And ready to move forward. 6 of Swords, yeah, this side realizes that there's going to be challenges coming in, but they want it to be smoother waters, right? All the water is really choppy back here and it's crashing against the rocks. But their boat has moved away from it, right? But they do realize that there's still going to be swords in the water. There's still going to be challenges, but it's like, let's work on these challenges together, right? Let's do this together. Let's get past this together, right? The Queen of Swords is someone who's been through very difficult times and she's able to persevere. She's kind of thought about those things to figure out, how do I get past this? How do I move on from this? How do I move forward from this, right? This side over here, I feel, is really thinking about those solutions and wanting those solutions. This side, I feel, finally comes into that recognition, recognizing that, yeah, there's some things I have to change and that I have to work on. I feel you both have things you have to work on. I'm not just blaming everything on this side, right? It's things that you both have to work on, but seeing that within each other and being as a team moving forward and to trust the situation that this will work out. And I feel like this helps both of you to really grow and evolve to a higher level and really have that strong connection between the two of you, right? There's definitely feelings there between the two of you, but it's like, I feel like those become stronger and those become more passionate and more vibrant because you're sort of letting all of this other stuff go, right? This nonsense, like you know, you're having this 10 of Swords and this 10 of Wands and you're like, this is nonsense. Like, why are we wasting our energy on that? let's, focus on these romantic feelings and this passion and this trust, and let's focus on the good times, right? Let's focus on the positive and take that energy to work through those times when it becomes more frustrating. All right, so let's close out with an animal oracle card. Snake spirit, time to heal. I feel like, each side has to heal within themselves, but I also feel like it's the two of you healing together, right? And that's what makes your bond stronger and closer. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.